to my channel. I'm Elver. Today I'm gonna to share something about my English learning. This is my first time in YouTube because I want to share my English learning experience and at the same time to improve my pronunciation or my English speaking skill, communication skill, etc. This idea came to me a few days ago. I think it's a good idea to share what I learned to everybody because on my situation, I don't have any native speaker friends, especially English native speaker friends to talk about, and I just can learn something from YouTube videos, reading English novels, and watch those TV episodes, you name it. But I think all those things are kind of intake, and what matters is to express myself in English and maybe thinking English, and I think that will stretch me a lot. I know I have learned a lot of English back then. In my junior high, I was 12 years old. That was my first time to learn English from ABC. Then, as you know, in China, all those English learning is for one goal, just to take the college entrance exam, and maybe you can learn another level of English. And I think we have the CET4 and CET6. But then the college required us to pass CET6 to get a graduation certificate. And I took many English exams, CET4, CET6, and applied for the master and master exam, I think. And I also took the IELTS exam back in 2016 or 2016. I applied my master school, used that score. Not a good score, I think. My speaking score was 5.5. Well, that's not a good score, as you cannot see. So, what took me here is that I think I improve my English speaking level a lot, because I'm so anxious and ambitious. For one thing, the reason what I anxious is, I got laid off a few months ago, and I searched on the job market, and the job market is really brutal now. So it's not easy for me to find a job. That's another topic. We will talk about it. We'll cover it later. But now just back to our English learning steps. I have listed out my learning steps here. This time, I invest most of my time in speaking, because you know that I got a high score in IELTS. Listening is an A and reading 7.5. I think that was not bad. I think that was a quite good score. But if I want to utilize my English ability at the maximum level, I think I should improve my writing or my speaking. Mostly the speaking, I should have the confidence to talk to anybody who could speak English. Okay, so I wonder why not? Because I am so privileged in some, you can say in some levels, because I can access to watch YouTube videos, and I can access to so many English books. But I didn't use those resources. So I think that was a pity. Yeah, that was a pity. I started learning English at 13 or 12, and now I'm a 30 something. I learned English for so many years. What a shame I didn't use it in my daily life. I think that's another story. I was born in a rural village of Guangdong province, China. We could access to TV in Hong Kong, so I was raised by Cantonese, native Cantonese, so I can speak Cantonese. And when I entered elementary school, so I started to learn Mandarin. And when I entered junior high school, I started learning English. So English is the only one language that I could not speak fluently in the public space. I think the problem is that I don't access to the English environment, so I created for myself. The first step is I have read the book Atomic Habit. As you all know, maybe you know, maybe you don't, but I highly recommend it. Someday we will pick a day to talk about that book. There's one rule in the book that is you have so many habits. If you want to form a new habit, then attach it to your own habit, then you will use it every day. I think why not? Back to 2020, there was a coronavirus pandemic, etc. I have a job by then, and I was not quite happy. So I start to listen to some podcast, especially the positive psychology course. The professor from Harvard, I listened to the course fully because I favorite and put it in the favorite for a long time, but I haven't finished that. So, but then I was not happy enough, so I tried to learn some positive psychology. I listened to that course, use 1 month every day during my commute to the office. So after that, I've learned important skill that I used. That is, I should keep some journaling. That journaling is gratitude journaling. Every day when I wake up, I should write down the 5 things that I was grateful for. That is an easy thing for me. So before I went to work, so I just write down 5 things. Whether the weather is good, the food is good, and is a day then nothing happened, but a normal day, I go to the work smoothly without any accident. Then I started to read some books about money, finance. All those knowledges were related to my job back then. So I learned something that if I add an element to my gratitude journal, and maybe I could do a lot of things. That is the successful thing. That idea came from the book Rich Dad and Poor Dad. When I write on the gratitude journaling, but then I just type in, use some apps, and then I add successful stories. For example, I haggle down some purchase, I made a good bargain, and I save a lot of money. All those nooks and crannies from my daily life. So I stick to this habit, that is writing, journaling about grateful things, gratitude things or successful things of my daily life. And then I just think back to my English learning, why don't I start journaling in English? And I could just write down the same thing but in English. So that's the aha moment for me. So I just start to write down my daily life and my gratitude things, my successful things in English. And then I suddenly realized with the app, I could use voice input. Oh, that's another aha moment for me. So I just use the voice input, I speak English, and I use the app to keep my daily journaling. And that improved my speaking ability a lot. And when I am not convenient to use the voice input function, I just use some typing, and I type in my gratitude and successful journal into the app, and I stick to it for 3 months and find a great progress I made, that I could type so many things in English. Okay, that was not the only idea that changed my journaling to English journaling, then to the English voice input journaling. And another important skill I learned back this time is that you should think in English, you should describe everything in English. I start this English learning journal from February after the Spring Festival. I think I should take another IELTS exam to prove my English ability, and 2,000 yuan. Wow, that's quite a lot. And I'm not applying for school, and I don't think that is a good investment. So I just search on internet. I found some, and I also do another daily routine, which is vocabulary learning. I review those IELTS words daily and 100 words a day. But I think that's not a good idea, because the efficiency of vocabulary learning, just memorizing them and you don't have any opportunity to use them, there will be that is a time-consuming routine. Yet you don't use it, you will forget it quickly. So I search on the internet. I have another habit, that is watching Bilibili videos. That's like YouTube version in China, and I search on Bilibili, and someday the Canadian Bob, someone use his videos in Bilibili, and I listened to those. Then I went to YouTube to listen to Bob. I think his teaching approaches or methods is of great help, because every time he teaches us just a little verbs, adjectives, or verbs that we could use in our daily life, and he will introduce every word that used in every scenarios. And as you can know, videos are the captive, vivid image that you can learn something quickly and remember them quickly. So I started to listen to Bob's radio. Then if you are entry, or you just start to learn English, I highly recommend Bob's videos, because I listen to his videos, maybe 30 videos that quickly remind me my English basic words and how to use them. So the next step is I watch YouTube videos again and again, especially those videos traveling vlog and daily vlog, and all those words are related to those vivid live images. So I could intake those knowledge or words quickly. Even if I am in a all Mandarin environment or Cantonese environment, I could translate those words into English. That I improve my brain to think in English and express myself in English. So Bob's is good for the entry level, and if you want to improve your English knowledge, I think you should listen to every podcast, no matter what the subject or the topic is. And then maybe you can learn English with Lucy. I recommend it, and so many content creator, YouTuber you can learn from. I don't recommend TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, cause maybe all the functions or the main goals are not to create content, maybe sharing or some creative or big ideas. But if you want to learn something, I think the investment of time is unnecessary. That is also an income is a goal. I don't think learning a language is an easy thing, because you should invest so many times in it. But once you learn it, you will never forget it. So that's the second thing. I watch so many YouTube videos, and as long as I don't know what the word is, I just mark it down, write it in my notebook, then I search it and remember it. I would encounter those words repeatedly, so I will remember them. I don't have to remember them deliberately, just search it once, then the next time I see it again, I will know what they are talking about without search on the dictionary again. So that's the second method I used. For the third method is that read English romantic novels or English fiction novels. The reason why I recommend this is that I have read so many non-fiction, non-romantic English teachable such as psychology, communication, etc. All those books are focused on their content or their main topic. They are not daily, or they are not applied to our daily life or daily communication or daily talking, chatting, small talks. So the third method is that English romantic novels. I have finished 3 or 4 English romantic novels now. Next time I will share the book I read. Well, the reason why I recommend those books is that you can learn a lot of descriptive words in those books. No matter it describe a room, a scenery, or the conversation, those books are so vivid and so useful. You can imagine that those English native speakers, they are speaking those words, and they are more useful to just watch those English TV soap opera or episode. Oh, that's another fallacy I felt into, because back then I use 1 or 2 years to, I use so many years. As long as I have my leisure time, I used to watch English TV episodes with Chinese subtitle. I'm not saying that it's not useful, but I think that is kind of less useful. Just maybe you will lose yourself just into the plot or the scene, as you can help, but that would not help of your English learning. So I think back to our third method, my third method, just to read those English romantic novels. You can see the same word. You maybe know the one meaning, but there are a lot of meanings, and the word could apply to so many scenarios. The word could use in different ways. So you can imagine one word, let's say sleep. You will search it in English dictionary, then you can see all the usages of the word sleep. I'm not kidding. This method is recommended by my teachers, my professors, and some YouTubers and Bob, and always search the verb in English, not search in your native language, because if you search that word in your native language, you will just repeat and enhance your native language, not other than learn the new word in English. So that's the third method I use, and I found my reading speed is accelerated a little bit, and as long as I finish one English romantic novel, I will search those words that I'm confused about. I don't know about it in English dictionary, not in Chinese. But one assortment or one kind of words I will specifically search them in English, in Chinese. There is some kind of like fauna or fauna, or some flowers. That word could not be recognized in those scenarios easily, but those verbs, adjectives, and you may encounter them many times, but they are in different usages. So that's the third method I use. And let's come to the final method I use. I think after I learn all those contents or knowledges, and I don't have scenario to use them. I am currently living in Shenzhen, so I could use Cantonese to communicate to local people, to Hong Kong people. I can use Mandarin to communicate with my friends, my families. But where could I use those English conversational skills? I purchased or subscribed some Cambly course. Yes, Cambly is another way. And I think that is kind of expensive, because that's not realistic for so many English learners. Maybe they are not abundant or ample in their cash or in their money. They just learned, they are students, etc. So I don't recommend it. But if you are rich or you are not worried about money, go for it and use your time to invest in talking with native speakers. That will be of great help. But for me, I think that was not of great help, or maybe it's less useful for me. So I just came about this method that I should express my thinking, my thought, and my ideas in English, and I should make my thinking, my ideas in a useful way. Maybe I should express myself in English with some techniques like create my YouTube channel and record it and repeat it. But I think making the YouTube videos is a good way for me because I know how to edit videos. That's another story. And then when I edit videos, I could know where is my knowledge pool reach, where's the gap. If my English knowledge pool is narrow, so I should expand it a little bit day by day. So this video shooting, video filming techniques, and I could understand or I can note what is my pros and my cons, what are my goods and what are my bad things, just to record my English expressing videos, then editing it, then I could learn a lot from all those steps. So this is my idea, and this is why I create my channel here, because I think if my journey, my English learning journey, or my thinking, my ideas could help someone in some place, I think that's a good. I shouldn't hide my knowledge or hide my ideas just with myself. And so many people in the world could know, or someone somewhere could learn something from my channel. I think that would be so wonderful. I create this channel for my English learning journey, and if the content of my channel would be of some help, that's another story. Maybe it's one stone, two birds in a time. So I create this channel to improve myself. So thank you for listening this time, and maybe we will see next time. No, we will definitely see next time. I will sure to share another stories in my life, and maybe some beautiful sceneries of Shenzhen, or maybe I will do another city walk. And yeah, just stay tuned. We will see you next time.